You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I am your host, Floridian Rollo, and I am coming at you with an early live stream. As you enter into the chat, make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. The title of the video, Being Rich, Being Stable, Being Poor, Being Unstable. Yes, there are four categories when it comes to the actual times we've been in, from the time we came out of the womb of our moms to the current construct of what we're seeing now. There are folks that is being rich, there are folks that's being stable, there are folks that's being poor, and there are folks that's being unstable. The truth of the matter is, you got folks that don't want you to be rich. You got folks that don't want you to be stable. What they want you to be is poor and unstable. We have a lot of people in society who have an issue of people making money, who have an issue of people being stable. You have a lot of these people in the world who prefer you to be poor and prefer you to be unstable. And the reason for that is because not only they have a crab in the bucket mentality, they're just who they are. Excuse of a man, excuse of a woman, excuses are in their repertoire. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Think about it. For those who are rich, for those who are stable, they have an issue with. They will attack you. They will make memos of you. They will make all types of lies on you. They will roast you for being successful, for being stable, potentially being rich, of course, being stable of becoming rich, and they want you to be poor like them, and they want you to be unstable like them. The reason for that is because they never love winning. The only reason why they bring up winning is because they never won in life. They love to use other people's talking as they are winning. In reality, they are suffering. They are poor. They are unstable. And while they try to destiny swap, and they destiny swap scenarios ain't working no more, they're trying to find new people to destiny swap on. And you, the people, gotta be smart enough to see right through the play. It's nothing wrong being rich. It's nothing wrong being stable. And the issue with a lot of these people is that they have a poor mindset and they're unstable. You look at the Ibarasi, the Democracies, the Democraties, they teach you to be poor and unstable. Whereas if you live in a red state, they want you to be stable and they want you to be successful, and they don't want to be in your business of how much money you make. Why is that? Because they want to bring more people to become successful. See, when you are in certain situations, you realize that, hey, I'm seeing more money in my pocket, more opportunities. If I just put myself out there, I could become very successful. And I know it takes time and effort. See, a lot of people don't want to put effort to being stable, being rich. They want the easy route. They want the handouts. They want everybody to come to their aid. That's a poor mindset. That's an unstable mindset. When you depending on somebody else to give you something that you can go out there and get it yourself and make sure you provide for those around you. See, they jealous of those who's winning. They jealous of who's well, they jealous of those who understand the market. They're jealous of you. They're jealous of me. They're jealous of many of the guys I rock with. You know, the Ringos, the Brainwaves. There's some of you in the chat that's becoming stable, and more successful. They see the support that I get from time to time, and they have an issue with that. They have an issue of the support Ringo gets and Brainwaves get from time to time. They have an issue of the amount of views that we get from time to time. Like, they don't like my page. They dislike my page. They dislike me being stable. They don't want me to be stable. They want me to be poor and unstable because they chose that route. They chose the woe is me, kumbaya, crackers in the bucket mentality. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And see, the thing is that I realized that long time that there's nothing wrong being stable. There's nothing wrong being rich. And why should rich folks give you everything when you don't know what to do with the little you have? See, a lot of you complain about the little you have, and you're not ready for the big picture because you don't know how to deal with the little you have to make it bigger. See, when you get it out the mud and you figure things out on the fly, and you start making sense of what you need to do, and you got things set up the way it's supposed to be set up, everything else will fall into place. Whether it be a YouTube channel, whether it be a business you do outside of YouTube, anything you touch is going to make more value. And it's not even about you, it's about the people around you, and you're doing the word of Christ, more importantly, through the Heavenly Father. And see, what these people are doing is they mad they can't destiny swap with you. They're upset. They're not stable. They have a poor mindset. They have a poverty mindset. And they project themselves on you. They're mad that you eating. They're mad you making money. They're mad you traveling. They're mad you driving around, looking good, taking care of yourself. And you taking care of those around you. You're taking care of your wife. You're taking care of your kids. Salute to the men that's taking care of their wife and their kids, taking care of their household, making sure it's stable, and becoming successful at the same time. I have no issues with people becoming successful. It's just that people like to rob and steal from those who's putting in the work and act like they came up with the stuff and don't provide services back to those who they get the information from. So that's what you got with this entity and deities on the internet. They're upset with me. They're stressed out. They want me to be gone so bad. They want me to be unstable. They want me to be poor. They've been praying to the father of lies, Satan, that they'll get their day. No. They're the ones who's unstable. They're the ones who's poor. Shout out to the winners, the Forever Studios, the Darrows, the Michael the Jones family, Azandria, you got Galaxy, you got many others who are doing very well for themselves, who are doing pretty good for themselves, who are stable, who's becoming what they're supposed to be. Shout out to my ladies, shout out to the fellas, wives, and the kids that's thriving in this society. While everything that's going on in this society, we're still thriving. Why? Because we represent God through Christ. See, when you represent God through Christ, He takes care of His people, even during the days of everything around you can be going crazy and buck wild. And He always make a way for us. So that's the thing that they're upset about. They thought that with this economy shutting down for the time being, for a season, because it's only a season, like Brainwave say. The storm is passing through. There's going to be some changes. Like he stated, it's going to be break up, make up, shake up, wake up. Break up, make up, shake up, wake up. And that's what's going on. It's a lot of adjustments that have to happen for the righteous people. And see, what these destiny swappers is trying to do is your winning season, as Nino Brown was saying. Try to get into your winning season. Do not allow them to get into your winning season. There's a lot of changes going on in the sky and the water. At the same time, the Most High will still feed us through all the things that's going on. We have no control over what's to come. All we have control over is what we got in front of us and what we need to do to multiply it. And see, that's what they're nervous about. Many of you are doing that, you know? And shout out to those who's viewing in the clouds. That's not coming in the chat. I appreciate those who's liking the video, though. I appreciate those who really liking the video, took the time to double tap the like screen. Yeah, the chat is quiet over the last 10 minutes. I have not ever seen the chat so quiet in a long time. And that's because they're like, uh-oh, he's talking that talk now. So I don't know what to say in the chat. You can come in the chat, say what's up. You can say hello, how you doing? Is everything good? You want to support the work? You can hit the Cash App, it's pinned to the top. Or you can hit the super chat, the super sticker, you know what I'm saying, if you really digging this content. See, we're going to go into a video. We're going to go into a video and we're going to listen to this video. So let's get to this video. Let me do that right now. Let's get right to it. Shout out to everybody that's getting to the purpose. Shout out to everybody that's getting to the purpose. Hold on one second. Excuse me. We're going to go to Fox News. Let's get to this news situation. Let's get to it right now. All right, Lindsey Graham wants to weigh in on this situation. So let's get right to it. All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go straight to a Fox News alert. Another day of shutdown-related headaches for travelers at airports across the country, as hundreds of flights have already been canceled this morning.
Meanwhile, in Washington, lawmakers are trying to break the stalemate with a possible test vote tonight to reopen the government.
Madeline Rivera joining us live from Reagan National Airport with the latest. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, good morning, Griff. Well, DCA felt the brunt of these FAA-mandated flight reductions yesterday and saw more delays and cancellations than any other airport in the world. And travelers are bracing for another day of headaches. Per the latest data from FlightAware, there have already been about 400 delays and more than 900 cancellations within and in and out of the U.S.
Within and without, within and with. Out of the U.S., within the U.S., within out the U.S. is 753 cancellations and 404 delays. Let's continue.
This, by the way, happening with just a 4% reduction in major airports. Remember, that number is expected to go up to 10% by next week. But Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says he is considering increasing that number if the shutdown drags on.
This shutdown doesn't end relatively soon. The consequence of that is going to be more controllers don't come to work, and then we're going to have to continue to assess the pressure in the airspace and make decisions that may, again, move us from 10% to 15%, maybe to 20%.
If this continues, like I stated, by next week, they will shut down the whole airline industry. They're going to have to shut down the whole airline industry. Now, that's not going to stop the ones with the money to travel, because if you are in a private commerce, they get paid, okay? The ones that have to travel the world, the ones with the money, they will be able to travel. And the ones who are stable enough to, support the situation will be able to fly private. You know what I'm saying? So this is where people that's going through it is going to have to figure out other ways to get from point A to point B. So I do not expect them to be open by next week. If this go into next week, they will be shut down for that time period. So I'm just letting you know, when he talks about 15 to 20%, yeah, that means it's time to shut it down. That's what he's telling you. Let's go.
So it looks like the Senate is heading into a rare weekend session to try and end this stalemate. Senate Republicans are hopeful that just enough Democrats may be willing to support a revised spending bill that would fund the government through sometime in January, would also fund the Departments of Agriculture, Veterans Affairs, and Congress until next fall.
The Democrats just have to take yes for an answer. We have a proposal that they have been reviewing and looking at now for several days, mostly with things that they asked for, including a normal appropriations process. Well, President Trump is more than willing to weigh in and to talk to the Democrats about path forward on how to fix the unaffordability and unsustainability problems of Obamacare, a problem the Democrats created. The president's more than willing to help them fix that, but not while the government is being held hostage.
Democrats, though, are divided, with some not willing to give up the fight on Obamacare subsidies. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced a proposal that includes a one-year extension of those tax credits.
Democrats are ready to clear the way to quickly pass a government funding bill that includes health care affordability. Leader Thune just needs to add a clean one-year extension of the ACA tax credits to the CR so that we can immediately address rising health care costs. That's not a negotiation.
Look, it's bigger than us, right? It's bigger than us when it comes to all of this at the end of the day, right? You have to make sure you take care of your own household and make sure your family that you deal with is good. Because at the end of the day, they doing what they do, right? We know the Ibarracis are evil. They sold out to Satan. We already know that. And they sold their state and constituents out to Satan, to the fallen ones. We know that already. You know, they have given over to a reprobate, 100% reprobate. So I don't expect a reprobate to tell the truth. I expect them to lie and try to manipulate their fan base, just like particular YouTubers manipulate their fan base that's on Demon Time. Y'all know who they are. So let's see what she says. Let's continue.
Senate Republicans have slammed the plan. Senate Majority Leader John Thune calling it a non-starter. Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
Indeed, calling it a non-starter. Maddie, live from Reagan National Airport. Maddie, thank you. Yeah, GOP senators and Leader Thune wasted no time saying no thanks. Here's a little bit of what they said.
I think it's wrong for the Democrats to keep the government shut down over this $35 billion a year of subsidies.
I'm not going to keep giving taxpayer dollars to the 5 largest health care insurance companies under Obamacare to get the government open. This idea of flooding insurance companies for another year to open up the government is ridiculous, is political terrorism, and it needs to stop.
I listened to Senator Schumer's speech. Here's my reaction. God, please give me patience, because if God gives me strength, I'm going to need bail money. Remember the cantina bar scene in the original Star Wars? Well, that's what things are like in the Senate right now.
Did you hear that? He's giving you a analysis of what's going on. It's a Star War. It's between them and the fallen ones. There's a lot of things that they are revealing, that they have seen and been exposed to. Let me rewind that again. Listen to what Lindsey Graham says.
Patience. Because if God gives me strength, I'm going to need bail money. Remember the cantina bar scene in the original Star Wars?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, that's what things are like in the Senate right now. It's an intergalactic freak show.
They laughing, yet it's true. The people in Fox News is laughing. It's truth to that.
An intergalactic freak show.
Do you remember the Star Wars bar scene in the cantina?
Yeah.
It's Senator Kennedy. Nobody says it better. But look, it's really, make no mistake, this is a massive reversal for Democrats who from the very beginning said they're going to hold out no matter what. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, here's the deal. We're going to pass that clean CR with a 1-year extension of the Obamacare subsidies and also a bipartisan committee to do long-term extensions of those subsidies. And that's why Republicans are saying no thanks.
And it does kind of make you wonder the fact that they're asking for so much, like a 1-year extension, whether or not it's not like their view is, oh, well, this will be an opening salvo. If we end up with 6 months or 3 months or 2 months, then we'll make a deal with you. We'll see whether, you know, from my conversations with members on the Hill, I don't think that Republicans have any interest whatsoever in negotiating with this right now. But it is also a very important reminder that when it comes to these subsidies and Obamacare, this is a reminder that Obamacare is a complete failure. The A is supposed to stand for affordability.
Do you see how quiet it is in New York City behind the background? Look how quiet New York City is. All that congestion pricing. Ain't nobody trying to go down there at all. Look at New York City. Quiet. Quiet like a mouse. Quiet like a mouse, y'all.
And if you have to take these temporary COVID subsidies and it doesn't work without them, then it kind of throws the affordability out the window.
It absolutely does. And I think most people, I mean, I'm listening to both of you break it all down and all the things that are happening behind closed doors and CRs and this. Most Americans aren't following it in that way. What they are following is, I need to get to my dad's funeral. And my flight was canceled. And people are feeling it at the airport because so many of the air traffic controllers.
If you do not have the money to travel, do not travel. Because at the end of the day, it's like what Anton talked about, Anton Daniels. See, he could get to where he got to get to because he has the TSA clear. He has the other rarities, and he's paying that. So if you're not paying more services, you're not going to get on the flight. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to work with you. See, you got to have the money. You got to have the funds to travel, y'all. You got to have that reason for them to let you on the plane now. Because this is not a time, if you're just going just regular and you ain't got the serious funds to travel, do not travel, even in the state, let alone outside of America. A lot of people be going to places with little to nothing. No, don't do that. Don't put yourself out there because at the end of the day, you're going to have to figure out how to get that money back. This is real talk. So this is where, you know, we're finding out who's being very successful, who's being stable. And then we got those who's being poor and those who are unstable. There's a lot of people unstable right now because they never thought that this day will come. They didn't put their trust in God and Christ. Let's continue.
Are overworked, not showing up because they haven't gotten 2 paychecks now. And it's just a big strain on the system. And I think that actual real life pressure of a trip you have to take or a business meeting you need to get to, or as I said, a funeral or wedding, those are the things, and especially as we approach Thanksgiving, that people are looking at. Meanwhile, President Trump reminding Republicans of how to fight like a Democrat. So he says it's time for the Republican senators to stop playing games with the radical left Democrats and terminate the filibuster. This is in his Truth Social post. He said, immediately open our country and pass great common sense legislation.
Yeah, Trump is like, look, let's get this going. We'll deal with the other stuff as time goes on because it's really bothering him too. You know, you may think, well, he's a billionaire, he's very successful, he don't care about the people. No, it's people he cares about, especially business-wise. You got to think from a business standpoint. How's it affecting the economy? All right, let's continue.
And so,
All right, my mistake. Here we go.
What the president's saying is he sees that he has this window of time before he's out of office. And all of us can agree, because we're all around the same age, that we've never had a fighter in the presidency like President Donald Trump. We've never had a team like this. And so his idea is, let's get all this stuff put into law instead of executive orders that are going to get overturned. But to do that, we have to do it while we now have these majorities in Congress. And I have to tell you, I'm with the president on this. I know the senators like their, they like to do things in a different way, but I think this is the time.
You're
to
a house
fight.
gal.
I'm a house gal.
Fortunately for our viewers, Charlie and I are going to do a deep dive later on the history of the filibuster. But you're exactly right, Rachel. President Trump saying Democrats are going to do it anyway.
That's right.
We might as well do it now, and it will benefit the Republican Party. But it is causing House Democrats to freak out. Jamie Raskin had this to say.
One of the things that he has been talking about for the last couple of days more intensely is getting rid of the filibuster. That's actually something that you wanted to do when Joe Biden was president and things weren't getting through the Senate.
Look,
so is that an area where you agree with him?
We don't need a procedural fix at this point. We need the Republicans to recognize that there's a healthcare crisis they've imposed on the country.
So you wanted the filibuster to be ended when Biden was president, but now, no?
I'm not in the Senate, so I've got no say in that.
And we can pull up clip after.
At this point, y'all, these people have no clue. You have to do your research. And I'm talking about the Ibarracis is playing it off like they don't know what's going on. Let's continue.
Clip, AOC, also was fighting for. There are lots of Democrats that wanted the filibuster ended when they were in power, but now are a little less.
And as you point out, President Trump is going to be is a lot more keen to what the public opinion is about all of this, and he understands that frustration, and the frustration is going to get worse as we go on, and he is acutely aware that we can sit here and parse it all day long and point out that it is Democrats who are filibustering this, the CR, the paying the bills, Congress's bills. But at the end of the day, most people just, it's a pox on all their houses and they hate all of them.
Yeah.
President Trump is very acutely aware of that. And I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on both sides to do something about it. He's also.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Yep. All right, so there we have it. Look, at the end of the day, you cannot be jealous of those who are very successful. You can't be jealous of those who are being stable and figure things out to do what they need to do in this time of situation. Now, we're going to listen to the broke party. We're going to listen to the broke party right now, y'all, because see, the broke party, what the broke parties are doing, right? Because I call them the broke party. The broke party people, it's like this individual. This is a broke party. This is the broke party. We're going to listen to the broke party person. We're going to listen to a little bit of it. It just came across. It came across my feed. I want to get to it. I want you to listen to this broke person real quick. This brokey. This is what a person that's being unstable talks like. Being poor, being unstable. All right? Let's get right to it. Let's go.
Bring you through it. And it's not designed to be easy. No one said this walk would be easy.
What?
But don't let the adversary break you.
What are you breaking? What are you breaking, demon? What are you breaking?
See, I'm going to tell you in 1 Corinthians 1:27, it says, but God hath chosen the foolish thing of the world to confound the wise. This
person don't even know about the scriptures whatsoever. Look, at the end of the day, y'all, this is an unstable person. You can hear it in this entity's voice. You can hear the unstableness. Listen.
See, the world looks at our awakening as being foolish or crazy. But that's exactly how the Most High gonna flip the script, using what looks insane to reveal what's real, what's really divine.
Listen, you ain't got the Most High. You ain't got Christ in you. All you're doing is projecting. You're trying to destiny swap, and you're trying to look like me right now. You're trying to destiny swap. Look at this, y'all. Do y'all see he trying to destiny swap? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this entity. Look at this entity, y'all, trying to destiny swap. He trying to look like Ringo. He trying to look like Brainwaves, and he trying to look like me. He's trying to look like us as he's projecting. He's trying to figure out how can he get to destiny swap. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this demon. Look at this demon trying to portray like he's successful. Let's go.
You know, we're not supposed to be having conversations like this, deep spiritual dives, when everybody else want to talk about celebrities, politics, and what's going on in mainstream media. Now,
this same person that's telling you that do not talk about politics, to not talk about what's going on in the world, and mainstream is doing it all day, every day. This demon is criticizing anybody that talks about politics, mainstream, what's going on in the world, and he does it every day. This is the devil. I'm telling you. Listen to this devil. Listen.
Most High gonna flip the script, using what looks insane to reveal what's real, what's really divine. You know, we're not supposed to be having conversations like this, deep spiritual dives, when everybody else want to talk about celebrities, politics, and what's going on in mainstream media. Now, we're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying, be really considering our eternal souls and what's going on within the world. That's not a normal.
Listen. This is the same person that talks about it. So for him to tell everybody we're not supposed to talk about certain things, it's jealousy. He's jealous because it's not working for him. He's unstable. He's poor. He's poverty, like the father of Satan. And he's trying to destiny swap. This is a destiny swap video, by the way. He's trying to be rich. He's trying to be stable. He's trying to get the views, the likes, the clicks, the support that many others get. He's jealous of that. He's jealous of people being stable and rich. He's jealous. He's super jealous. And so he's trying to play this, I'm perfect and my hands are clean and I am for the people. He's not for nobody. He's trying to get pocket. He represents the spirit of mammon because Ringo exposed him last night of one of the videos he did where he talked about money. He was talking about money. Now all of a sudden he's talking about this. Come on now. You can't fall for the play, y'all.
Normal conversation these days. You know, they've changed the conversation, especially here on social media. It's a damn cesspool of nonsense, really.
Also, now our videos is nonsense. So our videos is nonsense because what he does in the beginning, he has me, he has Ringo in the middle, he has Brainwaves to the left, he has me to the right. And he wants to attack Ringo. He wants to attack everybody to attack us. In the beginning of his video, he's projecting himself on us. So every time he used that clip, even when he doesn't use the clip, he's really talking about us and what we got going on. The dude is a clown.
But we're made to feel like we're crazy based on actually caring about what really matters.
You don't care about what really matters, liar. And that's a brokey, that's a demonic, that's a person that's unstable. You got to stay away from people like that. You got to stay away from people like that, y'all, because at the end of the day, They are the ones who are unstable. And people that listen to people like that is unstable. And I got many male stalkers that's unstable. Many male stalkers that's unstable. Real talk. And so, look, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in to the show. Y'all be safe out there on the roads, wherever you got to do, handling your business. Hey, it's nothing wrong being stable. It's nothing wrong being rich. It's nothing wrong being successful. Shout out to those who's getting to it. Shout out to everybody that's getting to it, making things happen. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Peace.